Hello and welcome to The Code. Locked inside this safe is £7,500, equaling the highest jackpot we've had in the series so far. To open the safe and win that money, contestants just need to crack a 3-digit code. But each time someone fails, more money goes into the safe and the jackpot gets higher and higher. So let's meet our next team, hoping to crack the code. Here they are. Good to see you. Lesley, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you, Matt.
And David.
Nice to see you.
Fantastic. Both from Cheshire.
That's right.
Which bit of Cheshire?
Well, it's Nantwich, which is in the south of Cheshire.
And you are mother and son?
That's
Yes,
right.
we are, yep.
Lovely. Tell me about yourselves. What do you do there in Nantwich?
Well, I actually work for my husband, Alan, who's an accountant. I'm his secretary. But we do actually live on my father's farm.
Is it a working farm?
It isn't anymore. My parents have retired. But having said that, we've planted up almost 30 acres of woodland,
Wow.
about 10,000 trees.
So what does that become then? Are these Christmas trees or are they a crop?
Absolutely not.
Right.
No, they are very slow-growing, traditional, broad-leaved, English, well, British trees, native trees.
So a lot of this woodland now is disappearing. You're there trying to turn the tide a little bit.
That's right.
What a wonderful thing to create, Lesley. That's absolutely fantastic. David, tell me about yourself. What do you do?
OK, so I am assistant manager and head barista at an Italian-influenced coffee shop in Nantwich.
A barista?
Yes, I am, yeah.
Is this something you're going to be sticking at?
Certainly for as long as I can see in the future. It started off as a part-time casual job, but my love of coffee and Italian food has prompted me to work in, and I'm full-time and I'm the assistant manager there, so it's a passion.
You're a coffee connoisseur.
I wouldn't perhaps go as far as connoisseur, but I like to think that there's a bit more to it than just putting a teaspoon of instant into the cup and filling it with boiling hot water.
Let's get down to brass tacks now. We have a big jackpot, £7,500.
Wow.
As big as it's ever been.
Fantastic, wow.
Are you ready to play the game?
Yes.
Ready as we'll ever be.
Good, that's what I like to see. Lesley and David, to open the safe and win that £7,500, you need to enter a 3-digit code up there. All you have to do is pick the correct answer. You can then select a number from 0 to 9. The computer will reveal whether or not it's in the code. But be warned, at any point during the game, if you pick an incorrect answer, that's it, instant elimination. It's an easy game to play, much harder game to win, and that's why the jackpot is standing where it is right now. First, let's set the code. 3 blanks. We need to make those 3 numbers, and then the door swings open. And before we go any further, let me introduce you to our Lesley.
Hello, Lesley and David. It's always good to meet another Lesley. There aren't many of us these days. The name does seem to be dying out.
Yes.
But it's a good one, so people call your children Lesley.
Thank you, Lesley. Right, if you are ready, shall we have a look at your first 3 answers?
Yes, please.
Steffi Graf, May, John. Remember, only one of those is correct. That's the one you're trying to find. At this point, you get to look at all 3 questions behind the answers. So, the order you choose them in, pretty academic. Which one do you want first?
Straight down the middle?
Yes, go on then.
May, please.
OK. The 100th day of the year is in which month?
I think it's too
I think
too
it's
late.
got to be April. We've got, on
31 in January.
average, 30 days in a month.
Yep.
January, February, March, that's 90.
Yeah.
So you're in April.
Even with the shorter February, we're not going to get to the back
Yeah.
end of April, so, OK.
OK, good, strong ideas about that one, it seems. Where do you want to go next?
John, please.
What's the first name of Dr. Watson, assistant to Sherlock Holmes in the Arthur Conan Doyle books?
Something's ringing a bell that it is John.
I'm afraid literature, like I say, is not my strong subject, so I'm going to have to hope.
I'm thinking that that might be the right one.
OK.
I'm just hoping that this Steffi Graf one is going to be obviously wrong.
Well, she's a famous tennis player, isn't she? So hopefully you'll know a bit more about that than me.
Either way, it could give you a steer. Let's have a look at the question behind Steffi Graf. Which tennis player has been known as the Swiss Miss?
Well, Steffi Graf is German.
So she's probably not going to be the Swiss Miss, then?
No, I've never heard of her call that.
OK.
So I think we've got to go for John.
Yeah.
Yep.
We want to lock in John as the correct answer. We want it to go green. so that Lesley and David get the chance to choose their first number and see if it fits into our code. Is John our correct answer? Great stuff. Green is good. We like green.
Well done, Lesley and David. Yes, John Watson appeared first in A Study in Scarlet. And the tennis player known as the Swiss Miss, Lesley, you knew immediately that Steffi Graf is German and therefore the wrong answer. The correct answer is Martina Hingis. At 16 years old, Martina Hingis in 1997 became the youngest Grand Slam winner of the 20th century. And the 100th day of the year is in which month? Well worked out. It's not May, but April.
Marvellous. All there. All the facts where you needed them, at your fingertips. Really didn't find that round a problem. Let's see if finding the numbers is equally straightforward. 3 spaces in the code, 3 unique numbers. Which one would you like to choose first?
Can I go first?
Of course you can.
Number 2, please.
OK, the number 2. Is it in our code? Lesley thinks it might be. Is it there in the first box? It's not. Is number 2 in the second box? It's not there either. How about the third and final box? Number 2 waiting at the end there of your code. But it does also mean that the game now moves on to the next level. It gets a little bit harder. From now on, yes, you still see your 3 answers up there, but you can only see 2 questions at a time before you have to commit. It also makes it more important which order you choose to see them in.
Yes.
Let's have a look at your 3 answers. Leg, Canada, lithium.
Canada, you think of
Well,
winter sports or...
Ottawa's the capital.
Yeah.
Lithium, Li is the chemical symbol. Right, so...
Where do you want to go first?
I would like to say Canada first, please.
OK, we're going to have a look at the question behind Canada there in the middle. Which country of the world has the longest coastline?
You just got to think of all those islands.
Yeah, it is Canada. We might get caught out with Russia, but Russia's is obviously the biggest country, but it's got a lot of border which borders other countries. Canada has got an awful lot of islands.
Yeah.
Seem pretty confident about that. We don't have to make a decision just yet. We can choose one of the other 2 to see before we have to do anything.
Should we for leg?
Yeah.
Leg, please.
Where in the body would you find the bone called the ulna?
The ulna's in the arm.
It's the tibia and the fibula.
Tibia, fibula. There's another one down there, but it's not ulna.
OK, well, one of those has to go before we can see the question behind lithium.
So should we remove leg then?
Yeah.
We'd like to remove leg, please.
Let's remove a leg. If it's an incorrect answer, it gives us the chance to look at the question behind lithium. That's what we want. So this should go red. Good stuff.
Yes.
You knew that straight away, didn't you, Lesley? Our Lesley.
Absolutely right, Lesley. Not only do you know that the leg is the wrong answer, but you also rattled off a couple of other bones in the leg as well. The correct answer here is the arm.
Yeah, well done.
There we go. And that's exactly what you said. Let's get rid of it. It's an incorrect answer. We don't need it anymore. Let's see the question behind lithium. Which Nirvana song was inspired by singer Kurt Cobain seeing a piece of graffiti about a brand of deodorant?
I can't say I've ever heard of the song Lithium. I can't think that a brand of deodorant would be called Lithium. So...
Let's not torture ourselves anymore, please.
Let's go for Canada.
Canada being the right one.
We'll go for Canada as the right answer.
We want that to go green. You're making rapid progress through the keypad. You'll get the chance to put another one in and see if it sticks in the code. But not unless Canada is a correct answer.
Well done.
Yeah, once again, Lesley, very assured on that.
Phew, Lesley and David. Yes, you had some good information about Canada. You knew that there were lots of islands, tens of thousands of islands, in fact. Apparently, it would take over 17 years to walk around the islands, even if you didn't allow time for boat trips between them. That's assuming you walk 20 miles a day. Wow. And the Nirvana song inspired by singer Kurt Cobain and the brand of deodorant, not lithium, but smells like Teen Spirit.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I heard the song.
Yeah.
OK, smells like another success for you guys as well. One number down in the code. Now, the chances of getting 2 in a row are pretty slim. But shall we see if we can do it?
Yes.
Go for it, David.
David.
I'd like to go for number 7, please.
Number 7. Is number 7 there in our code? 2 slots left. Is it in the first box? No number 7 there. Is number 7 in the second box? Oh, my goodness. 2 numbers chosen, 2 numbers in the code.
Wow.
Our jackpot as high as it's ever been, 7,500. That's what we're talking about. Does that start to feel a little bit real now?
Yeah, but there's still a lot of numbers to go, so
You're
can't get
absolutely
excited
right.
yet.
And this round's going to be tough.
Yeah.
It does start to get tougher now. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
As before, you do get to see all 3 answers. This time, you can open just one at a time before you have to commit. Let's have a look at your next 3 answers. Denmark, Hibernia, Tony Blair.
Well, Tony Blair, I'd hope that you'd know a bit more about him because you...
Well, he...
remember him, I was very young when...
He was the first Labour Prime Minister for a long, long time, 1997. Sedgefield, I think, was his constituency. Hibernian is one of the Roman names for... Is it Scotland or Ireland? And Denmark. Obviously a Scandinavian country.
Lego. Ham.
Go on, David.
We'll go for Tony Blair, please.
Who was UK Prime Minister in the year that Titanic collected 11 Academy Awards?
Titanic got...
1998, was it?
No, Titanic... Oh, the film came out in 97, but the Academy Awards...
Would have been...
the next year in the February or March. Tony Blair definitely came in the May 97.
So we're just going to assume that the Academy Awards for Titanic were
In
the
98.
year after, in 98,
Yes,
where Tony Blair was definitely
Prime Minister.
Prime Minister. Well, we've got to say yes. We've got to say this is true then, haven't we?
Yes.
We're going to lock this in as the correct answer. If it is correct, it's the chance to complete the code in the shortest possible time.
Oh.
Is it the correct answer?
Is it my
Wow,
turn?
it is your turn, yes.
Absolutely brilliant work. Reasoned out, knowledge, the whole package was there with you two. Now, we know that's the correct answer. Shall we have a look at the other questions?
Yes, please.
If you'd open those, just to give us an idea,
Yeah.
if you had opened the other ones earlier, would that have made a difference? First of all, the question behind Denmark. Every year, the large Christmas tree in London's Trafalgar Square is a gift from which country?
Norway.
You know that's Norway.
Yeah.
You would have been safe with that one. You could have moved on. The question behind Hibernia.
Yeah.
What was the Roman name for much of what we now call Scotland?
Well, you were in debate as to whether it was Scotland or Ireland, so
Yeah.
we'd have perhaps got stumped on that.
Yeah.
Lesley, fill us in, please.
Very well done, Lesley and David. Yes, UK Prime Minister in 1998, in the year that Titanic collected 11 Academy Awards. He came to power precisely, as Lesley said, in May 1997, the year that the film was released, 1998, the year that it collected the Oscars, equalling the record set by Ben-Hur. And Lord of the Rings: Return of the King also won 11 Oscars later. Every year, the large Christmas tree in Trafalgar Square, exactly as you said, not Denmark, but Norway. That's been happening since 1947, and the trees are usually 50 or 60 years old, which means we've only recently got to the point where the trees were planted after 1947. And the Roman name for much of what we call Scotland, not Hibernia, which you mentioned earlier, Ireland, but Caledonia.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's not exactly certain which bits were Caledonia, but it's roughly coincidental with Scotland.
Thank you, Lesley. OK. We could be on the brink of something very special
Wow.
here. 2 numbers in the code, and you've only selected 2 numbers. We could have a very long and difficult road ahead of us, or we could cut straight to the chase and find the right number. Any kind of inkling. What are you going to base this number on?
It's going to be 9, because
Number 9.
both my kids were born in the 90s.
But you're going to go for the number 9, OK? Who's going to join me at the keypad?
Well, it's your number, so it's only fair that you get to put it in.
Lesley, let's make our way to the safe. OK, Lesley, you've chosen the number 9.
I have, yes.
As what could be the final number in your code. £7,500. What difference would it make to you and your family?
It would be fantastic. To be honest, instead of spending it sensibly, I'd probably go on a holiday. My husband's always wanted to go to Niagara Falls. It's his ambition, so we wouldn't even think about it. We'd just go.
Send us a postcard.
I certainly will.
Are you ready?
I am ready.
Punch in the number 9. There it goes. 7 and 2 already there. Is the last number in the code 9, making 972. If it is, it'll be a first. It'll be against tremendous odds. Is it a number 9? Not this time. Not this time. We are still in the game.
Yes.
Happy to keep going?
Yes.
I should think so. Let's keep going. Let's rejoin David. Big breath, right? Deep breath, relax. We have no idea how long this is going to take, but if you're ready to carry on, let's have a look at your next 3 answers. Non sequitur, New Zealand, banana man.
Wow.
I don't know what the first one is.
No, I think we're going to have to obviously leave that one
Yeah.
until the very last. Banana Man, he lived on Acacia Road.
I think Graham Garden and Bill Oddie might have done some of the narration.
He was called Eric, that was his alter ego.
Right.
New Zealand, they're very passionate about their coffee. They absolutely love it there. They're very advanced.
All Blacks.
Really hoping for the coffee connection there, David. I like that.
What should we go? Banana Man or New Zealand?
You go for it.
Banana Man, please.
Brave. General Blight was the arch enemy of which children's TV character?
That's ringing a bell. But
You're on your own, David.
that's a lot of pressure to be putting on me. I remember me and Erin used to watch this together, and I can remember the intro. General Blight. Do you know what? That is ringing a bell. I'm going to say that is the correct answer.
You're doing that all by yourself?
All by myself, and I will take the responsibility.
You seem to know a lot about Banana Man. You're locking it in as the correct answer?
Yes.
Your son is brave, Lesley. If nothing else, if this is the correct answer, again, we don't need to bother with the other 2. We might have missed out first time, but this gives us a second chance to put that digit in and find out what is your code. Is Banana Man the correct answer?
David!
You thought he was wasting time. You thought he was wasting time watching Banana Man for all those years. It wasn't a waste of time at all, David. It could get you £7,500. Fantastic. Now, shall we have a look at the others, see how you would have fared with those? Let's start with non sequitur. You didn't have any idea what that meant.
No.
Let's see if the question helps you at all. Without this, there is nothing. Is a translation of which Latin phrase? If you'd seen that, would you have been able to piece it together?
Well, none sounds like you could get none from nothing, couldn't you, maybe? But
The reason I would say it wasn't right was because I do know quite a lot of Latin phrases, and I've just never heard of that one.
OK, let's have a look at the question behind New Zealand, see if that would have given you a chance at all. What was the first country in the world to have a parliament where the majority of members were women? Well, we know it's not true. Would you have plumped for that, do you think?
They were one of the first to have a female prime minister.
Right.
Maybe,
OK.
but not that.
Nowhere near as nailed on as Banana Man was for David. So
That's
the right
inspired.
choice first up. Well done. Lesley, talk us through these answers.
Well done, Lesley and David. General Blight was the arch enemy of Banana Man, who lived at 29 Acacia Road and, exactly as Lesley said, was voiced by Graham Garden. Without this, there is nothing is a translation of sine qua non. Non sequitur means it doesn't logically follow on. And the first country in the world to have a parliament where the majority of members were women. Lesley, I think the New Zealand connection you were thinking of is that New Zealand in 1893 was the first country in the world to give women the national vote, all adult women.
Right, yes.
The correct answer is Rwanda.
Wow. Fascinating stuff. Thank you, Lesley. And, well, here we are again. I say this might not be the last time we do it, but then again, it might. 2, 7, 9, all gone. It leaves you with 7. Again, long odds, but it's a chance. It's a chance to open that door.
Take one of your numbers off your American football shirt.
Well, I'm number 30, so may as well go for number 3, maybe.
Who's going to punch it in?
Me?
Yes.
Yeah, me.
OK. David, join me down at the safe. OK. Second chances, they don't come very often, but you've got one now.
Yes.
A chance to put the correct number into the code to complete it. You've chosen the number 3. If it's correct, you take away as much money as we've ever had in the safe.
Wow, OK.
£7,500. Big difference for your family.
Very big difference, yeah.
Send your mum and dad on holiday. That'll feel good.
It will.
OK, if you're ready, David, punch in the number 3. There it goes, the first space spinning around. What we want to see is a number 3, £7,500 on its way to Lesley and David if it's correct. That's what we want. We want 3, 7, 2. It's another blip. I'm so sorry. Long odds still. Let's go and rejoin your mum. OK, big size. A little bit disappointed, but we're still in there. We're still fighting. OK.
Let's do this.
Exactly. Let's do this. Let's have a look at your next 3 answers. Kylie Minogue, 6, Sikhism.
Kylie Minogue, Material Girl. Is that Kylie Minogue?
That's,
No.
I don't know. Kylie Minogue, Neighbours. She was a mechanic. She,
Australian, sisters to Danny Minogue.
6 could be absolutely anything, couldn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Sikhism, obviously. A religion. Indian.
What are you gonna...
I've got no preference there whatsoever.
Should we just go for 6 then, maybe?
Yes,
Yeah.
Want to go for 6?
Yes,
Yes.
please, yeah.
In Braille, characters are formed by using a combination of how many dots?
I'm thinking 5. I've just got...
I thought it was 3.
Well, if I'm thinking 5...
Oh, no, it's not. It's more... I'm thinking of something else.
I don't think it'd be as complex as 6, because 6 is going to take you quite a time to do each character, isn't it?
Oh, dear.
So far, you've chosen your questions very well. Are you feeling that maybe this one's not jumping out at you in the same way?
Yeah.
Yes.
But we've both got a feeling that 6 is not right.
OK. I don't know.
We're going to say that is incorrect, please.
OK, we want to mark that as an incorrect answer. We want this to show up red. It gives us the chance to look at either Kylie Minogue or Sikhism as a correct answer. 6 has got to show up red, or it's back to the farm. Is it an incorrect answer? It was 6. It was the correct answer. Guys, I'm so sorry. Shall we have a look at the other 2 questions? Let's see if that would have helped you any more. The question behind Kylie Minogue, please. Which Australian singer had the UK's biggest-selling album of 1989?
Is it a bit early for Kylie, maybe?
No, about 1988, I think she started.
OK,
We could well have said yes for that.
Yeah, so that wouldn't have helped you out. And let's have a look at the question behind Sikhism. In which religion do followers observe the 4 noble truths?
I think there's slightly more than 4, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
You came up against a challenge there, Lesley and David. Yes, in Braille, characters are formed with combinations of 6 dots. There are 64 possible configurations. And the Australian singer who had the UK's biggest-selling album of 1989, Kylie Minogue did have an album at that time called Enjoy Yourself, but outselling that was 10 Good Reasons by Jason Donovan. I had both of them on cassette tape. And the religion in which followers observe the 4 noble truths, not Sikhism, but Buddhism.
OK.
OK, so really, we were clawing around with any one of
Yeah.
those three, we would have been struggling. So,
Yeah.
unfortunately, that's the way the questions came up on this occasion. Right, twice we tried to put in the final figure. It didn't work out. Let's just have an idea. Which number do you think you would have gone for next?
0.
Let's have a look at the last figure in your code. It was 6. So 6 in the question, 6 up on the board. It might have taken you a little bit longer.
Yeah.
We hope it hasn't been too much of a disappointment for
No,
you.
not at all. We absolutely loved
We've
it.
had a great day, thank you.
OK, and you will still try to get to Niagara at some point.
Yes, absolutely.
And
yes.
keep planting trees.
Yes.
Keep making coffee. Lesley and David, it's been such a pleasure to have you here with us. And on this occasion, I'm afraid you have failed to break the code. You have to leave the game and go back to Cheshire. But we do say goodbye.
Thanks, Matt.
And the best of luck.
Thank you very
Lovely
much.
to meet you.
Thank you. And you.
After you. There go Lesley and David to plant more trees. In the first couple of rounds, they were ripping up trees, taking no prisoners, but then they came up against questions they just couldn't handle. However, their loss is our next contestant's gain, because the jackpot goes up by £500 again, making it our largest jackpot of the series. Can anyone win it? Let's meet the next person hoping to crack the code. How you doing? Pete, lovely to see you.
Hello there, sir. How are you?
Yeah, I'm all right, thanks. Holding in there. Tell me about yourself. I know you come from Jarrow in Tyne and Wear.
I do indeed. Jarrow's famous for two things.
Go on.
It has the Jarrow March, obviously, 1936, but it also has the longest underground pedestrian tunnel in Europe.
Wow. That is the sort of knowledge that's going to take you a long way on this programme.
I'm definitely hoping so,
We're
yes.
hoping for all the Jarrow questions to come up,
Yeah,
one after
yeah,
the other. That will
yeah.
be brilliant.
Yeah.
What is it that you do up in Jarrow?
I'm a security consultant. I supply security guards to large festivals and events and stuff like that.
OK, tell us about when you're not working, the sorts of things that you enjoy.
I'm a massive James Bond fan.
What is it about the films that you
It's
enjoy?
just the entire spectrum of the whole how they put everything together, the stunts, the actors that play, the recurring cast, and especially the cars.
We're going to take a quick fire round now. Are you ready?
Okay.
James Bond quick fire round.
Go.
Favourite Bond?
Tim Dalton or Daniel Craig.
OK, split decision there. Favourite film?
Live and Let Die or The Man with the Golden Gun.
Still a split
That's
decision.
the wrong answer.
Lesley begs to differ. Favourite 10 seconds of any of the Bond films?
That has to be Sean Connery kissing the girl, chucking the fire in the bath and saying shocking.
OK, very specific there. Well, listen, Pete, you're one of the brave here on the code. You're trying to tackle the code
I'm hoping so, yeah.
solo without anybody else to support you.
Yeah.
It's a big job. Only one person's done it successfully, but the stakes couldn't be much higher.
Ooh.
They really couldn't, because Lesley and David, they had 2 figures in their code, but unfortunately hit a brick wall with some of the questions. They failed. That means another £500 goes into the safe, and that makes a total of £8,000. Yes.
Going on to Jarrah.
Well, let's hope it's on the train home to Jarrow with you tonight.
Definitely.
It's the biggest jackpot of the series so far. It's been holding out for someone
Like me.
Someone like you, possibly.
Definitely.
Someone very special. Let's hope it's you.
Yeah.
But the first thing we have to do, Pete, is we've got to reset the code. There we go. 3 blanks. We have to make those into 3 numbers.
OK.
Let's have a look at your first 3 answers. Croatia, Wonderwall, 27. Remember, only one of those answers is correct. That's the one you're trying to find.
OK.
And at this point, you can open all 3 answers to reveal the questions. The order you choose them in doesn't matter too much right now.
OK.
Where do you want to go first?
Geography is one of my weak spots, so we'll start with Croatia, please.
Good logic. I like it. Let's see the question behind Croatia. Which country is bordered by 7 countries, including Germany, Ukraine, and the Czech Republic?
Oh.
Have you got a gut feeling?
I've got a good feeling that that's actually correct.
Right. Which one do you want, Peter?
We'll go for Wonderwall because I'm not a big Oasis fan.
In a much publicised 1995 chart battle, Country House by Blur beat which Oasis song to #1 in the UK singles chart?
I don't think it was. It was the one before Wonderwall.
Gut instinct is saying that's wrong, is it?
Yep. Yep, OK, 27, please.
OK. If A equals 1, B equals 2, C equals 3, and so on, what is the value of C plus O plus D plus E?
C's 3, D's 4, E's 5. So that's 3, 4, 5. That's 9, that's 12. O, M, N, O. 12, M's 13, 14, 15, 27. That's the right one. I'm going to discount the other two.
You want to lock that in? As
Yes,
the correct
please.
Answer. We don't want to send you back to Jarrow, not empty-handed, certainly.
Definitely not.
We want this to go green. We want this to be the correct answer. Is 27 the correct answer?
Come on! Yes, sir! That's
good
what I'm
start.
talking about.
That's what we're talking about. We just have to do that 10 more times. It's
Yeah.
going to be easy,
Oh,
I'm
that's fine.
sure.
Yeah, that's fine.
Leslie.
Yes, 27 is the right answer there. Well worked out. And the country bordered by 7 countries, including Germany, Ukraine and the Czech Republic. Well, Croatia's far too far south for this. The correct answer is Poland.
Poland.
And the 1995 chart battle, it was in all the newspapers, on the radio, between Country House and not Wonderwall. Roll with it.
Roll with it.
You knew
Brilliant.
it. If you'd had enough time, you would have got
Excellent.
there, but you didn't need it. A really positive, confident start means we get to choose the first digit to enter into the keypad and see if it's there in the code.
Can I have the number of my front door and number 5, please?
5 on the front door. Let's give it a knock. See if it's in there. Is it in the first box? In like an arrow, the man from Jarrow. 5, first in the first box.
Brilliant.
No mucking about.
I tell you what, that is... Oh,
That feels good, does it?
it certainly does, yeah. Feels really good, yeah.
It is good news. The first number in the box, it takes us to the next level in the game.
OK.
Things do get harder now because we still have 3 answers, but this time we only get to see 2 of the questions behind them before we have to make a decision,
Okay.
commit and reject one.
Not bad.
Let's have a look at the next 3 answers, Pete. Peter, Paul, Mary. Blue, Quentin Blake.
Can I go with... Now, I know Quentin Blake used to do the illustrations for the Mr. Men. So I'll go with Quentin Blake, please.
OK. Green Eggs and Ham and The Cat in the Hat are children's books by which author?
Oh, now then. I thought Quentin Blake was an illustrator. In fact, I'm pretty sure that he was an illustrator. I don't think he was a writer. He was more of an illustrator.
Well, we can have a look at another question before you have to commit to any answers.
We'll go with blue, please.
In a modern British plug, what colour is the neutral wire?
Neutral. Live. Right, so modern, that's red, blue, and green and yellow. Green and yellow's the earth. Red's to the fuse. Blues. No. I didn't ever say that electrics was one of my strong points.
No, listen, all we've got to do is
rid of
knock
one.
out an
Right.
incorrect answer.
I'm going to get rid of Quentin Blake then, please.
We're going to say that Quentin Blake is an incorrect answer.
That's right.
We want to see it go red and disappear so that we can concentrate on the other 2. We want one of those to be the correct
Absolutely
answer.
right, yeah.
Is Quentin Blake an incorrect answer? That's what we want.
Oh, I didn't know I could jump that high.
That's you got air there, Pete.
Right.
Silent but beautiful.
Oh.
Yes, Quentin Blake, best known as an illustrator, though he has written several books. Green Eggs and Ham and The Cat in the Hat by Dr. Zeus, although he would have pronounced it Zeus.
There you go. We got there. We got there. It means we can dismiss it as an incorrect answer. It leaves us
Brilliant.
with 2. So let's see the question behind Peter, Paul, Mary. In The Great Escape, what were the names of the 3 escape tunnels?
Peter, Paul, and Mary. I don't think it was mine. Mind you saying that, Peter, Paul, and Mary maybe took their name from that. You see, I'm still stuck with blue. I'm sure blue's live and brown's neutral. In which case, can I lock in the Peter, Paul, and Mary one as the right answer, because I'm sure blue's live.
OK. If it's incorrect, if it turns red, it does mean we will be saying goodbye to you, Pete.
OK.
We don't want to do that.
No.
We want to see another celebration like the last one. Make Peter, Paul, and Mary a correct answer for Pete. That's what it looks like. I'm so sorry I had to witness that.
Not a problem at all.
I'm really sorry, Pete. Yes, you did have the blue and the brown the wrong way around. Blue is neutral, brown is live, and yellow and green are the earth colours. And in The Great Escape, the 3 tunnels, not Peter, Paul and Mary, but Tom, Dick and Harry. And if you remember in the film, only 3 of them get away in the end.
Ah, well, I've had a good day. It's been fabulous.
Listen, if nothing else, Pete, we've loved having you here. We may have prevented you from electrocuting yourself at some point in the future.
I'm hoping so, yeah.
It's not been a wasted journey.
Yeah.
You're fantastic. And
thank you.
I feel like a Bond villain now.
Yeah.
But it's been fun on the short trip that we took together, Pete.
It is. It's been absolutely amazing.
Good stuff. You've failed to break the code, unfortunately. And so you have to leave the game. We have to bid you goodbye. Our best wishes back to Jarrow.
Thank you, sir.
Lovely part of the world.
Thank you. It's been an absolutely fabulous time. Thank you.
Cheers, Pete.
Bye-bye.
Oh, man. He just was doing so well for that one question. But then, no, it all went horribly wrong as he quite literally got his wires crossed. But Pete's loss is our next contestant's gain because now the jackpot goes up by another £500. Let's meet the next team hoping to crack the code. Here they are. Lovely to see you, Laura. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Jack.
Very good.
And Lewis.
Yeah.
Right, good stuff. Now, this is a team. This is what I like to see. You guys are from Cambridge, is that correct?
We are.
And how do you know each other?
So we all work at the same music venue, arts venue, theatre combination, doing different roles there, but we're all fairly front of house as well as office based.
OK, great. So you're all in the same office?
We are, yeah.
Tight little group.
Definitely.
Know each other inside out? Is that the way it works?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm confident that we know each other.
Sometimes too much, but I think you know, we'll do what we can. And I
Like
think
we're a good team.
Yeah.
We work well together, working together, so I feel like we can,
Well,
you know, get forward.
You know what? If there was ever a time to work well together, this is it. It's very, very exciting because, sadly, lovely Pete from Jarrow failed. That means another £500 goes into the safe, and that makes £8,500.
big stick.
To split between you if you're successful, and we sincerely hope that you are. Why shouldn't it be you? If you're ready, Jack, Laura and Lewis will reset the code. 3 blanks. We don't want you to be 3 blanks. We want you to provide us with the numbers to go in there. If you're ready, shall we have a look at your first 3 answers?
Let's do it.
Go.
There they are. Sharks, jaguar, cats. Where would you like to start?
Should we start at the top?
Start at the top, makes
Yeah,
sense. Definitely.
sharks.
Keep it simple and see the question behind sharks. What types of fish have both eyes on the same side of their heads?
Doesn't seem right.
No.
No.
I'm not seeing-
Definitely like that hammerhead shark.
Hammerheads.
Definitely has very different, far away
Absolutely.
eyes. Yeah.
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 So yeah,
We don't need to discount it yet,
You
but
don't need to make a decision on it until you've seen all 3.
let's see Jaguar.
Which make of car had models called the Silver Cloud, Silver Ghost and Silver Shadow?
See, I have a feeling that silver something is like Rolls Royce or something. Like
yeah.
Silver Phantom was so.
Yeah.
I
makes sense.
immediately...
Don't all Jaguars sort of have like letters, like X type?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
feel they
that's
do.
like and
Cars
that
aren't
kind
my
of
strong
thing.
point, but
No,
No,
me
definitely
neither.
not.
let's, well, let's see cats.
Brian Blessed, Wayne Sleep, Elaine Page and Sarah Brightman were all in the original 1981 London cast for which Lloyd Webber musical?
Sounds about right.
Yeah, I mean, we know that Elaine Page, I know of Elaine Page and Sarah Brightman are definitely musical.
Definitely Waynesley.
Dancer.
Brian
Blessed, legend.
He'd make anything better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why
And I
wouldn't you
think,
want him in Cats?
we know it's definitely by Lloyd Webber, and I think 81 fits around correct for the
About the right
frame.
time.
Yeah.
So we know in our trio that Sharks is, you know,
Yeah,
they
we're
don't.
ruling out
we know
Sharks,
that.
aren't we?
And we've employed logic for Jaguar. I think we can look at it, and I'm not sure of it myself, but
I'd say Cats. I'm happy to say Cats.
Yep,
Yeah.
Cats.
We want to lock that in as the correct answer.
Let's lock it
Yes,
in.
please, Matthew.
It would be a great start if it was. Brian Blessed will be pleased to hear that he makes everything better. Is Cats our correct answer? Great stuff. It's a good start.
I'm assuming green means good, right?
Yeah, that's good. That's
Cool.
good. That's what we
Yeah.
wanted. Leslie.
That's right, Laura. You recognised Sarah Brightman and Elaine Page as names from musical theatre. Elaine Page played Grisabella, the glamour cat, gave a rendition of Memory, the very famous song from Cats. The types of fish that have both eyes on the same side of their heads, the correct answer is flatfish. The make of car, which had models called the Silver Cloud, Silver Ghost and Silver Shadow. Again, you came in straight away and said you didn't think it was Jaguar, but Rolls-Royce, as in Charles Rolls and Henry Royce.
Thank you, Leslie, and a great start for you guys. We're off the mark now. That gives us the chance to choose a digit from the keypad. 3 unique numbers make up the code. You just need to find the right 3. Where do you want to start, and who's deciding?
Laura, you can pick.
OK, I'll go for number 8.
Number 8.
Wrong.
It is a good job. What a great number. Let's see if it's there for you. In the first box, do we have a number 8?
oh, Laura.
Do we have an 8 in the second box? Early days. It's not there. Is there a number 8 in the final box?
I believe it is.
There is no 8.
Okay.
I tell you what, the longer we go with this game, the more we're finding it's a real advantage to knock numbers out without moving up a level where it gets more difficult. So, well done, Laura, is what you should be saying. Oh, that sound means we've come to the end of the show. But a very good start. Do you think you can carry on in the same vein?
I feel we can. You know, we started well. We worked together as a team, did some deciphering, and here we still are.
OK. Leslie, thank you so much. You've been magnificent, as always.
You're very welcome, Jack, Laura and Lewis. A great start, and looking forward to seeing you make further progress tomorrow.
Yes, indeed. And be sure to join us tomorrow for the final show of the series, when Jack, Laura and Lewis try to win the highest jackpot so far, £8,500. We've got everything crossed. Thank you for watching, and it's goodbye from me.
An expert when it comes to antiques, Anita Manning's On the Holiday of My Lifetime on BBC Two now. Here on BBC One, Alid's digging deep with Roman excavations and An Escape to the Country coming up next. While Flog It flaunts a commemorative Wembley Stadium teapot from 1924. That's at 4:30.